So let us now start off with the first one. In this one, we are going to be discussing about something called user snippets. A lot of time what happens is we tend to write the same code again and again multiple times in different files. So that is fine if we have like 5 or 10 files to deal with. But if it's a huge project and if the deadlines are near, then repeating a lot of code is not very efficient. So in that case, what we can do is we can just use something like a shortcut, which will generate most of the code for us. All right. So that is what user snippets tries to solve. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to create a simple component, which I will then generate using user snippets. So I'll just start off by creating a component. I'll just import React. And I'll just take in the name as a prop. Also, let me just import prop types. And then I'm going to return a div with a p tag inside, which will say hello and then the name. And then I'm just going to export this component as default. And also I'll attach the prop types on the app component. Yes, that is my component. Now what I want to do is I want to generate most of the code inside of this file for me when I use a shortcut. So let's say whenever I just type in RCC, I want all of this to be generated for me. So I'll just copy this. Then I'll head over to preferences and then to user snippets. When I click on this, I can see a lot of languages here. Okay, so if I were to create a snippet for JavaScript, then I would just go into this file, javascript.json. So all of these are JSON files, guys. And inside you mention the configuration for that shortcut. So I will just go over to javascript.json since I'm creating a shortcut for JavaScript. Yes. So once I'm here, you can see that I've already created a few snippets for me. So now let's start off by creating the snippet. First, we have to give our snippet a description. So I will just say snippet to generate a functional component. All right. And then we have to specify an object. And this object includes two properties. The first one is the prefix. And this is the shortcut that we are going to use. So I will say whenever I use the shortcut RCC, I want to generate a snippet. All right. And then comes the body. This is one more property that you have to specify. And this will be an array of statements. All right. And the statements that we are going to be including are the first two lines. All right. And then the declaration of the component and the prop types and then the export default. So the first line will be the first element of the array and you have to enclose it within double quotes. The second line will be the second element of the array, so on and so forth. Yes, so now we are done creating the configuration object. What I'll do now is I'll just go over to this example.js file and in here I will just say RCC and you can see that I get a prompt here, RCC. And when I press enter, you can see that this entire snippet is generated for me. But there is one issue. We are having the name as app, and every time I generate this component, this will create a component with the name app. I want to be able to change that to something else. So what we can do is we can just come back to the configuration object and we can change this to accept a placeholder. All right. So the first placeholder will be the component name. And the second placeholder will be the component props. All right. And also in here, I will change this to be the first placeholder. And here also the same thing. Okay. and the third placeholder, I will place it somewhere here. Okay, so now let's just test it out. So I'm back in the example.js file, and in here I will start using the snippet. So I'll just say rcc, and when I press enter, you can see that the code is again generated for me. But this time you can see that it is having the cursors at 3 locations. The first one is the name of the component declaration. The second one is the prop types declaration, and the third one is the default export. So I can just name the component whatever I want, example, right? And I can see that the name is reflected at all of these 3 positions. And now when I press tab, you can see that the cursor position switches to the props, and now I can just take in any props I want. And now when I press tab once again, the cursor position changes to inside of the return statement, and here I can type in whatever I want. So I'll just say hello and then the name. So you can just confirm this with the configuration file once again. We had the first placeholder here, so the 1 indicates the first placeholder, the 2 indicates the second placeholder which we have at the props, and the 3 indicates the third placeholder which we are having after the return statement. All right, so that is all about user snippet, guys. See you in the next one.